This is John Carrington.
And I'm Dawn Douglas. And today we have Shawnte Campbell, host of Teens Are Talking.
Yeah, and she's on Spotlight on the Great Blacks in Wax Museum. Shawnte, Teens Are Talking. Tell us what they're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about a lot, you know. And I must say the teens have been talking about stuff for a long time. And the whole idea behind this show and the whole purpose of the show was to allow kids to talk about any issue that they may be going through in their life amongst their peers and amongst all their peers nationally, and then in front of adults as well. And that's always been a thing. You know, kids are afraid to talk in front of, you know, parents and teachers and counselors, but you know, through television they're able to express themselves amongst their peers and feel comfortable and not have to feel like, oh, you know.
Right. Because things are a lot different from when I was a teen.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a retired teenager, so
Yeah.
you two just talk on.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Shawnte, we have a clip of your show, Teens Are Talking, and we're going to show that right now so people get an idea of what the program is all about.
Yes.
Watch this.
Like watching some of the footage, like watching old footage, like such, let's say like stuff like Roots, or watching different slavery movies and things like things of the sort. When I travel, I have been to Mississippi recently. Traveling through there, like Mississippi, parts of down south, Arkansas, and all that stuff, you can get the feel. You feel different going through there. You just get the.
I used to live in Alabama.
Like the chills on something. Like you know what people been through. Like the struggle, you can feel the struggle. And I guess it's the same feeling when you go to the Twin Towers.
Right.
You know, in New York, where they used to be. You can feel like something's missing.
Right.
Or you feel like the pain that the people went through.
Exactly.
So, you know, there's a long history in all of us, still in all of us. You know, we still can feel the pain people go through and the struggle. So my thing is we should still focus on the negative part. We should just focus on like the inventions people made and what the people that made changes, like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King and things like that. We should focus on slavery and all that. Because I work in the middle school and I have students. When we show them like takes on slavery and things like that, they get offensive to white people. They're like, oh, I'm not saying white person, I'm gonna hurt them. They get offensive.
Right.
And they don't need to see things like that. Right. We should focus on negative, focus on positive, focus on what's the future hold, how we are now, we have a chance now. Because I show some students tapes and they think like, oh, white people still hold me down, white people still hold me down. It's not like that now.
Right, exactly.
It's a big change.
Exactly.
They should show more focus on the not far the slavery. We should go far back is when the changes started happening, when things start looking up for us.
Yeah, well, we're not saying that you have to forget. That's not what we're saying, that you should forget. It's just like you said, it's no problem showing it, but we need to educate and enforce more when we do show that hey, this was then, but this is where we are now, and this is where we're going to. You know what I mean?
But I think everyone expects it, to all happen at once. I think maybe that's the trying to be the purpose of Black History Month. I guess they're trying to push it too fast, you know what I mean? I think we have grown because, now we have television shows, we have movies with actually blacks and different cultures, Muslims, things along those lines in our television. And I guess we really don't realize how much has really changed. A lot has really changed.
Yeah.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah. Ooh, you guys.
Ooh, you're the Oprah of the teenage set.
Hey, she's planning on stepping down next year, so hey, you never know.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's the whole idea, is just let them feel free to be themselves and go and do whatever they want to do,
Right.
and also, not so much focus on the bad, the issues, whatnot, but the good as well, what they're doing in the community.
Right.
What kind of feedback do you get?
I get good feedback as far as I get a lot of feedback as far as kids felt like they had something to look forward to do as far as being a part of the show. That's the whole other aspect of the show. We get good feedback. The feedback that we want to get. Actually, one of the little girls that work with me, she was suffering from depression and anxiety. She was only about 13, 14 years old, and just going through that rough time. Girl stuff. And once she got involved with the show, she felt like she had something to look forward to, something to do, something that felt like she could contribute to. She felt good about herself. She felt revitalized, and so that's the kind of feedback that we want, and we want other feedback as well, but, let me show you guys. I mean, we've got a clip of stuff, and hey, let me show you what we're going to do about it.
All right, let's take a look at some of this.
Skills, well, each one of you, I want to know what your talents and skills are and what you want to do when you grow up.
Well, I'm really good at the math and science, and that's what I want to pursue when I grow up. I know that I want to go to med school and work with kids and I think I want to do pediatric oncology, which is the children cancer ward. Because cancer is a big issue that we need to solve.
Awesome.
I think that I'm really good at poetry and writing, but I'm also good at taking care of children.
Mm-hmm.
So I either want to have a life as taking care of children or be a writer.
Oh, okay, cool. Like daycare type
Yes.
thing, or be a writer, write the next book. And what about you?
I am actually really good at math, and I also like to do like writing too. And I don't know, I'm still like thinking because I want to be like a vet, but I don't really like science that much, and I know that's what you have to do to be like a vet, so.
I'd like to be a nurse because in Hershey they have the Penn State University Hospital. Well, that's where all the kids with different diseases and stuff are. I'd like to be there. I'd like to be a nurse there.
Oh, that's awesome. So we have somebody's going to come up with a cure for cancer, who's good at math, which I stink in. Someone who's going to be an author, may write the next novels. And then we have possibly somebody's going to take care of the animals. Possibly, but also work with kids. And then we have also the medical field, nursing, also helping with kids. So I want you guys to remember this. All right, what is it, 2012? Remember doing this show and see if you guys follow in with your dreams, and just notice that.
Wow, that was something.
Well, it just goes to show that, this is what we're about, and it doesn't matter what background you come from, what race, color, religion, we're about changing teens' lives, here this girl's young, 14.
I mean, when I was growing up, there was no such thing for us as depression or anything like that.
No.
What is it about teens nowadays that they're going through adult issues?
I think society has kind of pushed a lot of stuff on our teens. We've evolved from so much freedom, that we were fighting for back in the day, and now that we have that freedom, it's just like everybody's running wild with it, and we've got this right to do this, we've got this law that covers this and that to do that, and I just feel like our society, media, has put so much adult stuff out there and allows so much adult stuff out there. And, kids are bound to be subjected to it anywhere, no matter how much you try to shelter your child. And then I also think there's parents as well that play a part in this. Parents have evolved through some stuff, and they've also gone through things, and generations just continue.
This is very fascinating. In fact, we're going to talk some more. We have to take a little break. And we're going to talk some more about what this Pepsi generation is going through.
Pretty much, yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay,
Guys, deal with as far as dating and breaking up, heartbreaks, and having a special Valentine's. And I think that year I didn't have one, but it's all good. But Black History Month, that's definitely a big topic. With
Idea for your show.
Basically, ever since I was a kid, I think it was back in '86 when Oprah Winfrey came out, and I think I was about 6 years old, and I saw her show for the first time, and I was like, man, that's what I want to do, but I want to do it for kids. So that was all of us having so many nationalities here in America. It's good to know the history of the African heritage. So it feels really good to be here at the center. I think the best thing about it is that it once started out as a dream, a talent that someone envisioned, and now here we are, a part of it, sitting in here. And that's one of the big things that I am involved with or want to bring out in teens. As I started as a young person with a dream, and here we are, now. Yes, one of the things that I'm big on is teens at, following their dreams and their goals and aspiring to, be what they want to do, utilizing their skills and talents. So,
Welcome back.
And you were going to tell us some more about what's going on with the teenagers and what's happening. Please talk to us. Give us more, Oprah. Shawnte.
well, this all kind of came about, because I suffered from a pretty much bad childhood coming up, and, I wasn't able to talk about things, and so, this idea was definitely an idea I wanted to push for this generation now. But our kids, it seems like there's so much that they're exposed to. There's so much that is out there, and it's like we need the avenues that we have. And public access, has been a wonderful, wonderful avenue. Once I got my life together and had my son, went to a broadcasting institute in Maryland, met Loretto Gubernatis with McDonough Davis Associates. We cooked up with Dr. Joanna Martin, founder of Great Rights, like the National Great Rights Lexington. And from there, it was just good people, who shared similar aspects of the same vision, just different aspects of it. And, public access has been, like I said, another aspect for all of us.
You're in Anne Arundel County now, right?
Yes, I live in Anne Arundel County. I started out working here with Loretto Gubernatis here in Baltimore, and once I got, inside the Baltimore's public access here, then I went on ahead and shifted my shows over to Anne Arundel's public access. And the one that's actually in our county is established right there in my city, which is Glen Burnie. So it made it much easier for me to go and give them my, tapes and stuff and tell them all about, what's going on in the Baltimore's public access. And from there, they just got their stuff all built up and brand new, and they took classes. They had classes for just anybody who's in that county to come in and take classes, and you're free to use brand new equipment, studio and everything. And, through that avenue, you also have, other people, other shows that have, they can go and also put their stuff out there as well in Glen Burnie. And so that connection, that network, and they're not bad people, these are good people.
Right, so how are the other stations receptive to your show, Kids Are Talking? Are you going to be taking it outside of public access into the national arena? What's your direction?
I would love to go national, most definitely, actually international as well. I'm a very intercultural, everybody's, a human being, my philosophy, and I deeply care for the kids that are overseas as well as the ones that are here in America. But I'm not really sure yet how or if I want to really go with the regular television shows like cable, TNT or ABC, NBC. Like I said, public access, you're given that freedom as long as it's clean and it's serving the community, which is basically what we're all about. Then you have that freedom to produce, direct any way you like and use their equipment. You can't get any better than that, I don't have to hire a producer to tell me how to act and get them coffee and all that kind of stuff. Not saying I'll tell anybody to do that, but I can do that myself, and I have my kids to bring them up to learn the ropes as well. So I don't need a whole studio, NBC, WBAL,
So you want to go national?
Most definitely. Like I said, I've also been up to, I've tried to pitch, the show to different channels here, in Baltimore, Fox 45, WBAL. But, a newcomer on the block, it just didn't matter, Nobody wants to know.
Your name's not Oprah.
Right, exactly.
It's Shawnte.
Shawnte Campbell.
She's doing it on public access.
Channel 5.
Channel 5.
And 99 Anne Arundel County. But I did. I went with McDonough Davis Associates, Loretto Gubernatis, 1 year up to the IFP market in New York. And we even went outside of Baltimore and tried to pitch it as well.
Right.
And although it was a great experience, I don't knock it, I learned a lot while I was up there. But as far as getting my material, my show out in that arena and on their networks, it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, because their thoughts and their mindset is not geared towards what teens are.
And, you know, they look past that. That's the whole thing that I'm presenting. That's what I'm looking at. They look past it. They look at who's your producer, what's your production look like, you know, how does your tape, how long is it, you know, the material stuff, technical stuff.
Do you have a celebrity host?
Right, exactly. You know, who's all the stuff behind it, you know, how many people do you have working with you, you know, what kind of equipment do you use.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's their focus. That's the world, that's the broadcasting world we live in, you know, and they don't see that.
Yeah, so you'll be like Mel Gibson when he did Passion of the Christ.
Because you believe in your project, you move forward
That's right.
in spite of Hollywood saying no. You know, we have a clip, and we're going to watch that right now, and we're going to come back, and we're going to have some more discussion with you. Let's see what the clip is here.
We really don't realize how much has really changed. A lot has really changed. I mean, nothing is going to be perfect. I mean, there's still going to be that person who's like, oh, you know, I don't like black people, or that black person who says they don't like white people, but I don't know. I think we've changed. I think we need to appreciate the change that has happened and just, you know, hope for a little bit more.
I think we should focus, like, not so much on the actual struggle, but what came out of it.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
And you know what? Some people that are racist don't have a reason why to be racist. Like if you watch some talk shows and they have like racist topic, some people say, oh, I don't like people just because they got long hair or they stink.
Right.
When everybody smell, everybody smell good. You know, everybody get a little gas every now and then. So I think if people racist, I don't know why.
Right.
And if they racist because of the past, something wrong with them.
And it, you know, it goes even further than that now.
So now, some people racist and wasn't even born, wasn't even thought of. Parents wasn't even thought of. Wasn't even itching you know, to getting that. And that's crazy.
That's why I feel like, you know, it's gone beyond just color thing now and culture. Is if you're gay.
Yeah,
you know,
I was definitely going to mention that one.
If you're gay, you know, they get bi, you know, they're racist against that. You know, you're bi, or you know, it's just beyond just the fact that, you know, color now. It's the type of person you are or who you hang with. I don't like you because, you know, you're hanging with her.
Yeah.
You know, just stupid, ignorant stuff. You know, and I feel like, you know, you guys agree with me that it's a thing where I think Chris is right. We have to appreciate that we have come a long way, but we need to hope for more and we need to work together to make it better every day. Because it's not going to be perfect, but we can work towards to make it perfect. So it's a good discussion. So
whoa,
That's teams are talking.
you know, you have a formula that we need. We need what you're doing all over this country, all over the world even. People talking about real problems and trying to come up with solutions.
That's really especially helping the teens today, you know, because the world is different and sometimes we don't know how to help our teens today. And this is a good insight as to how we need to approach.
right.
But you have a lighter side. I heard you're into some reggae music.
Oh yeah.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. As a matter of fact, when, you know, I first came on, the whole Teens Are Talking was always, you know, the idea was there, but it didn't really come out until, you know, I met Loretta Gubernatis of McDonough Davis Associates. And once I got with her, you know, the idea just really broadened. And she, you know, I came in as a reporter with her, and I did Top of the Morning, and I still do Top of the Morning. And, you know, from there, she always promised, you know, to help you out with your show, because I believe in you and I believe in your vision. And she was like, you know what, once everything was done with Top of the Morning, she kept that promise. She's like, let's do a pilot show. So I knew already what I wanted to have in that pilot show. And the main thing that I loved from it was a band there. Actually, Andromeda Bacchus is a girlfriend of mine that went to VIM. She still works there. And she is the founder or director of the Youth Still Band Orchestra in Baltimore. And we have a clip of them, and I mean, just from the age of 5 to, 18, you know, these kids came together from all different, you know, backgrounds and decided to go to this church, and this couple came together and made this band and made it happen. So, I mean, let her tell you about it. She's got it all.
See that.
All right, let's see this clip. I think we have a clip of that.
She was actually in this time. Last time you wasn't in there.
Yes, I was at work. I had to work. But yes, I was
Still what?
6 years. Well, 5 years actually. I just fell in because one of the girls didn't show up for rules one day, and I decided, okay, fine, let's try it. I was actually pushed in there, but I really was right.
I can tell that. So, Miss Lita, what's been going on? Last time we were together was 2002, 2005 now.
A lot of growing up. We are 4 in college. 4 graduating this year. We're doing pretty good. We have scholarships. We have 2 gospel scholarships. Half scholarships. And they do
The music?
yes.
Wow, that is all that said.
Yeah, we have little ones coming up.
Great.
A class of 10. Kids, and they're coming right to step right into the.
I heard you guys won championships, 4 championships.
Yes, one after the other for 4 years.
Yes. Virginia Music Arts Festival have a panorama. They have a big festival for a couple of months, but they have a panorama. And they have different groups from different states, different states that take part. And we, of course, are the overall champions. It was tough, but it's nice, and we go every year.
When was that?
It was in May. Mother's Day weekend. It is Mother's Day weekend every year, actually. So next year is going to be May 12th to 14th. Virginia Beach.
Take a little trip down there for Mother's Day.
That's right.
And they just won the calendar rules in Cherry Hill. We go park, they have a camp every year, and that was our first year winning that competition.
I'm glad y'all still going, still on top. That is so awesome. So awesome. So, and they said the next thing you guys doing something in November? You guys got a big concert in November?
Yeah, we're trying to put together a concert because we're known for our concerts. We're known for doing good shows. So we haven't done one in a while. So we're trying to do something for November.
And where's that coming?
We're not quite sure yet. We're still in the planning stage, but we'll make sure it's staying
Well, there you have it. St. Monica's Youth Steel Band Orchestra. They still at it, still number 1, still on top. So my favorite band. Always. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Very welcome.
Ramon.
All right, Seth. So did you have a good time today? Yes, you did. You played the drums. I know. Well, it's obviously he's arguing with me. He still wants to play the drums. He had a good time. Okay, now he's leaving me. Anyway, as the Youth Steel Band Orchestra, St. Monica, still in Baltimore, doing great things, Ringo internationally. About to start up again. I'm gonna check out there and have a good time. You guys join us next time. Continue to talk.
Wow, that was exciting.
Whoa.
You like that? Yeah, I like that.
Fun
Wow.
show as well as informational.
Well, I tell you, the guy that shot that camera was actually Loretto Gubernatos's youngest son, Kevin Gubernatos.
What?
And I believe he was only 18 at the time.
Great.
And I hosted, did the interviews, and I'm telling you, this was off of a mini DVD that, we had 2 at the time, and this was the only one that was left. We had an accident with the other one, okay? And we were, working hard. We had a high 8, and we did some, stuff on that as well. But this is all Loretto had, and a mic, and this is what we got.
Yeah,
this is what we got. It doesn't
Well,
take
I applaud you.
all
I
that.
applaud you.
It
It's
doesn't
needed.
take
It's
all that.
necessary.
You know what I mean? And people look at, I've got to have this, I've got to have this, I've got to have this type of light, this type of camera. 5 cameras, 5 men on the job.
Right.
This was one woman, okay, behind the camera, or her son, or her husband, and then me in front of the camera, and that was it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's
So it can't be
that's
done.
a family affair
It
dedication.
can't be
To
done.
see something to really take off.
Well, I want to thank you for
Thank
taking
you.
time,
Thank
Shawnte,
you. Thank you all.
to put your show on the road and appear on Spotlight in the Great
Most
Wax and Wax Museum.
Most definitely.
And of course, as always, I'm John Carrington.
And I'm Dawn Douglas.
And
Shawnte Campbell.
and this is Shawnte Campbell.
Yes.
And we tell you, y'all come back.
You come back.
You come on
Come
back, because we'll be doing more Spotlight on the Great Wax and Wax Museum. So until next time, y'all come back. Bye-bye.
Did you have any experience with bullying?
Yeah, actually on both ends. There were times when I bullied in middle school and high school, and then it came back on me. I was bullied as well. So it's a lot, like I said, it's a lot more now, but I learned from both aspects, as the aspect of bullying another person. Just like Jenna said, a lot of it is to make yourself feel better because you're subconscious about yourself. But at the other side of it, then I saw how bad I felt when someone was bullying me and, bringing me down. So then it made me see what the other person that I was bullying felt like as well. So, yeah.
So is Teens Are Talking the final dream, or do you have another dream beyond just your show?
No, you know what, that's pretty much it. I want to teach them how to run the show eventually so that I can step back, still be the creator and producer, but I want them to also, like you guys are doing now, learn how to produce, edit, camera work, writing, also be examples to other, teens out there. So that's pretty much my final thing, and as I told her, I'd like to do some type of writing and do publishing and such things like that. So